Well, hey there, and welcome back. So this is kind of part 2. So the video I just made, the link is down below. Last video I made was really about how can a newer player to Fallout 76 collect some Stimpacks to kind of help themselves from dying over and over and over. Now in this video you're going to learn how to dilute Stimpacks. When you dilute Stimpacks, you're going to need purified water, so I'm going to show you how to get purified water. I'm going to show you where to get a chemistry table. With that, we're going to include a perk that's going to help your Stimpacks be a little more effective that you can get right off the start. We're going to get started. So at this point, we have 18 Stimpacks. If you haven't seen the last video, click that link down below. It's going to show you how we got those Stimpacks. So that train station that's east of Vault 76, which we were at in the last video, at the very tail end of this train station, you're going to find the Chemistry Workbench plan on the floor, on the opposite side of the building of where the trader is from the trader robot, right next to a chemistry workbench. So that's your first part. So we're going to have to get that. But once you go into this chemistry workbench, you're going to be able to go to healing, and you're going to see Diluted Stimpack. So it's going to take 2 purified water and 1 Stimpack, and it's going to produce 2 diluted Stimpacks every time you do it. Now, it's also an easy way to kind of get a couple levels early on. So I'm already level 3, which is great. Now if we go into our Pip-Boy, we'll see we're at 18 diluted Stimpacks, but we still have 9 from the original 18 we had. So diluted Stimpacks don't heal quite as much as a regular Stimpack, but we're not so worried about that right now in this moment. So I'm going to go to the trader, and all that junk from the first video, you can sell it all. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm working through and just selling every junk item I have to give me a little bit of a buildup of caps. But if you want to save yourself an extra step, don't scrap all of these right now. You could scrap a few just so you have a little bit of a little collection of caps. But what I would recommend doing is, if you want to get just a little collection of caps, just sell all your extra food and drink items, because we're not really going to need them right now. That is part of a gameplay mechanic, staying fed and staying hydrated. But at this point, I want you to just sell all of your food items and all of your extra weapons. Be sure to keep that pistol you first got. We're going to need that just to keep yourself protected. You can always swing with your hands, but we're going to keep our starting pistol and sell everything else. So now we have a little bit of a collection of caps, which we'll use in just a moment. So what we're going to want to do after we traded with the trader in the station is we're going to run just behind our train station here, just out the back door and into the woods just a little bit. We're going to go into our Pip-Boy, and on Xbox, it's going to be left bumper. And now we're going to have our little camp icon, and we're going to want to move around until it turns green. It's going to ask us if we want to place our camp, and we're going to place it down. So now this is our own little area where we can build and create our own little home. So you can see right here on the map, this is where I placed it, just to the west of that train station. We'll leave it there for now, just because we can fast travel to it for no charge. So we'll be able to fast travel back to this camp when we need to here in just a little bit. So since we've placed down our camp, we're going to want to go to the move southern on the map down just a bit, and we're going to find a building just on the south side of a big lake that's directly south of us. And there's going to be a big building icon right here. It's got like a gold top on it, and we're going to place a marker down. And we're placing that marker down because this is where we're going to get our water pump. So we're going to have to run all the way down there. One of the things we can do, instead of making that whole distance right now, we can fast travel to other players' camps that are in our lobby. I'm going to look for a camp that's kind of closer to that location. And right here, there's a little camp right here. So I'm going to select it. Looks like it belongs to Evil Kid's mama. So we're going to fast travel there. Every time you fast travel, it's going to cost you a few caps here and there. The further you travel, the more it costs. So I fast traveled here, and he has a vendor. So I'm just going to hop in his vendor and take a quick look at what he has for sale. I'm focused on plans right now, so that's under the notes section. I'm just going to look and see if there's any plans that aren't at a crazy price that I might buy, since I do have a few caps right now. But I do believe at this point there's not a lot I want from this guy, so I'm just going to leave this camp, and maybe you find something you like if you fast travel to a camp, and you can buy that if you'd like. But for this point, nothing I needed in there, so I'm going to start making my way towards the marker we placed down. at the Charleston Capitol building. So I've sped this up here just so you can see. I'm just running towards my point on my little compass at the bottom again, the little teardrop, just like we did in that first video. And on my way here, I'll kill the few enemies that get in my path or pick up a few, you know, loose random items so I can scrap them down and use the parts as we go to build our first camp. So it is kind of a lengthy run, so if you can find a camp to travel to that's a little closer, go for it. You can always hop worlds and see if someone else is closer. So now we're pretty close, and you're going to be able to recognize this building pretty easily. It's quite large and it has a gold top on it, so the roof is just nice and shiny and gold. And there we are, you can see it in my sight, and it is a pretty big building. So if we're coming at it from the north, we're going to want to go around the main building. I chose to go around the right side. And just on the other side of that main building, you'll see we've discovered the location. We're going to go into the Department of Motor Vehicles. So once we're inside, we'll get a quest overview for the Overseer's mission, which just means we're going to look in the Overseer's chest, and you're going to see we have a water pump plan and a water purifier plan. So we're going to collect everything from this, and there's also going to be a little note from the Overseer that automatically starts playing. If you want to listen to that, you're a new player, I would do it, listen to it, see what she has to say. And it's going to give you a little bit of lore about the area we're in. So I did go into my inventory under notes, and I learned both plans. So now it shows on the top left corner, crafting item unlocked. And both of those items are going to be items that we can place in our camp. So we're going to fast travel back to our camp. So go back up to the north, select our camp icon, and fast travel. This fast travel does not cost us any caps. You can just do it for free. So now we're going to look in our build section, and we're going to go under water. So on Xbox, you can hold the back button and that will bring it up. But we're going to find our water purifier. So it is now unlocked, but it does look like we're missing a few items. So we need oil and rubber, and this item must be placed in water. So we're going to have to find some oil and rubber, and you can see on my camp, there's no water around. So we're going to have to move our camp, but this allowed us to fast travel back, so we're near our train station, which is good. Back in the area we've kind of learned, and we're going to move our camp all the way to the east side of the airport, to that location I just showed you. So right here, there's a little river, and you can place your camp down. So if you look on the map, it's just east of where we have been doing things in the last video. So now that we're in this area, we should be able to build those water purifiers in that little stream that's running. But we still need to get rubber and oil. So just like I said before, we could sell all that junk at the beginning of the video, but if we just hold on to it, we can scrap it all down for parts. So there might be some oil and some rubber that comes from all of that junk we're holding. Now, for the moment, let's just place down a little stash box so we can get a hold of all of our storage, and we can see what junk we have on hand right now. So you might have a small Vault-Tec supply crate. You could break that down. That might have the items you need. But if you don't have Fallout First, or you don't have that item, go ahead and make your way back to the vendor bot we've been talking to these last two videos. And you can check his junk section for the parts we need. So if you hover over an item in the middle of the screen, it's going to show you what it can break down into. That canister, if we were to scrap it, would give us some steel and some copper. So it's not something we need right now, but we can scroll down and see if there's any items that do have the oil or rubber we need. So as I scroll down, I do find a bone saw, and the bone saw is going to give us 2 rubber and 2 steel. So I could buy that for 13 caps and scrap it. So I chose to buy it just for the sake of the video. You can also check the bulk section here, and it will give you bulk of different things you need. For example, there is bulk rubber in that vendor, so you could buy one of those if you'd like. But we're going to turn around, go to that chemistry station we used earlier. You're going to scrap, and then you're going to do at the very bottom, for me it's Y, scrap all items. And it's going to show you what all of my junk items are going to give us for parts. And so I'm going to agree to that, scrap all, and now we have a little more building materials in our inventory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop worlds. So I'm going to log out and then log back in. It's going to place you close to where you just left. I'm going to go back to this vendor and just see what is different about his inventory than the one I just looked at. So now you can see there's a lot more bulk stuff in here, and that rubber is also there as well. So I'm going to buy just one of these bulk rubbers because they're kind of expensive, 105 caps. But I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to kind of look through the rest and see if there's anything else I want to grab right away. If not, what you can do is repeat what we did in our very first video. Go back into this section, and you're going to kill any of the enemies that are around, collect some more stim packs, and pick up all the junk around the area so you can build up kind of a surplus of items that we can go ahead and scrap down. So if you're curious about what this route looks like and you haven't watched the first video, like I said, down below, hit that link, and it's going to take you to my first video, and it's going to show you this whole route I'm taking here. So I'm just showing you a little bit of it sped back up, just as a reminder. But there's lots of junk and things you can pick up. So as I moved through this area, there were some other players who had started an event called Collision Course. So they're going to be working on this event right now because they want to finish it, and it looks like I entered the area just in time for them to finish that event. So you can see I got just some free rewards for finishing that event and a little bit of XP. And I'm going to wave at them just because that's the friendly thing to do. And this is Fallout. That's what you do. So now I'm going to go over to this government aid drop and just pick up all the stuff that's in there because it's more things we can scrap. It might have some more stim packs, whatever we need. So I'm going to go back to a crafting station after I've searched this whole area. Any of them works. There happens to be a chemistry station here. I'm going to scrap all the junk like I did before, and you're going to see we have some more oil, some more plastic, some more rubber, all kinds of items we can use. And then I also broke down that bulk rubber I got. With that, I'm also going to start breaking down all the extra weapons I have. And I'm doing that it's going to give us, crafting items. If we were to craft these weapons, we can get new attachments and stuff for them, but it's also just going to give me more parts to build with. So at this point, we probably have what we need to build our first water purifier. So I'm going to fast travel back to my camp. Again, it doesn't cost anything, so just do a quick fast travel. And we're going to go under the water section and back to our water purifier. And now you can see it's in the water. We have the parts we need, and we can build our very first water purifier. So along with the water purifier, you're going to need a generator so it runs. You should have a generator by default to build. And we're just going to do the small generator because it's what we have. And we're going to need to place 2 of these down so we can supply enough power for our water purifier. Our water purifier needs 4 power. Each generator produces 3, so we're going to have a little bit of an excess, but now you can see the light turned on and we are now collecting water. It's going to be a little slow at the start, but you can build multiple of these if you'd like. And if you just don't have enough parts, go ahead and run that again, collect some more parts, and just junk things. Collect all the junk you can so you can build up your camp. So I do have enough to build another one, but I'm not going to just in this moment. What I want to do is we collected that plan for the chemistry station. So I want to try and build a chemistry station right away, but you can see, oh no, we don't have enough screws. So we're going to have to find one more screw, and screws can be a little harder to find than like just rubber or oil. But if you repeat what we've done, you'll probably find some. You can also get some from breaking down weapons and armor. But I'm going to go back to our vendor and just see if he has bulk screws. And he doesn't, but he does have a typewriter. And a typewriter is going to give you 1 screw, 1 spring, and 2 gears, which those 3 items are just a little more rare on trying to find. There are places where you can farm them really easily. But for the sake of this video, you're brand new, you don't know those places, and there's a lot of dangerous enemies around. So we're just going to buy that typewriter, break it down. So since we've collected a few more items, we'll go back into our chemistry station and we'll break down a few more of those stim packs into diluted stim packs, just because we can do it. And now you can see we have 17 stim packs total and quite a few more of those diluted stim packs. Go into your Pip-Boy. At the very bottom, you're going to see a level up button. For me, it's Y. And it's going to open your special. Because we've leveled up, we should be able to pick a new perk to apply to our character. Under intelligence, we're going to see the first aid perk, And the first aid perk, Stimpacks will restore 15% more, and that includes diluted Stimpacks. So if we level this up, quite a few times, we're going to see that our diluted Stimpacks are doing about as much as our regular Stimpacks, and it's just going to give us more and more Stimpacks to use. So at this point, I've fast traveled back to my camp. I've placed my chemistry station down, and we can check our water purifier. And you can see we already have two more we have two more purified waters. So we can use those, jump right into our station that we just built, and dilute a couple more Stimpacks. And this is going to give you a little more to use as Stimpacks. It's not going to heal you quite as much. And I understand some people may disagree with, diluting Stimpacks. But if you run this perk early on and you level this, first aid perk up to begin with, it's going to give you a lot more bandwidth per Stimpack. So that's this quick video. It's left you with your first little camp going. You've got your first crafting station, your first water purifier coming along. You can double down on your Stimpacks a little bit, dilute them, and have a lot more to carry around and just available to you. And now that water purifier does get full, so you're going to have to clear it out every once in a while. But if you're collecting things, going back to your camp, expanding on your camp, you're going to have time to go in and just grab a few items out of each of your purifiers. Anyway, if you liked this video, thought it was helpful, let me know down in the comments below. Was this helpful? I don't know. You gotta let me know. And then if there's anything else you're really struggling with in this game, also leave that down in the comments. I will make a video about it. Even if it's just one person who watches that video, I'll make it for you. So anyway, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.